Hello, Bob, Vintage Lambo. Let's get into the 12-cylinder, two distributor early engines on the Lamborghini 350s and 400s, sometimes on the Espadas. It was kind of a situation, and also on Miras, where sometimes they had two, sometimes they had one. It just depended on what options were on it and maybe what time of day. I don't know. So anyway, that's an exploded view of the distributor we're going to be working on right now. So right now I'm just dealing with the advanced weights right now. I'm not dealing with the ignition circuit. So here I have a new bearing in here. Um, so this assembly now is then pressed onto the drum center shaft. I don't have a good baseline on the 350, but what I'm going to do, even though I've corrected the problem as far as the those little divots or whatever you want to call it, the little guys in there, they're welded and now they're machined smooth. That's a plus for this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some minuses in it because I want to try and get some idea of what was going on. I didn't think about the YouTube situation. This was before that. And I just knew it wasn't running right. It wasn't this and that. I took it apart. Okay. So let's just try and get a baseline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some used parts. I've already made new cups. I've made new pins. But now we're going to put in the old pins and the old cups. Now just take a look. This is something else. But anyway. Let me zoom in. Okay, maybe you can see where, this is very large as far as the distance from this edge to the top, and this one's very short. Now, these should be uniform. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but that's not what we want. So, but today we're going to put it in the way it was. I'm also going to put in these cups that are worn out. So we're just going to put in here just for test purposes, get a baseline that we have, and then we'll work on putting in the new parts I made, and then go ahead and figure out what we need to do to make this really good on the advanced curve. Okay, so you can see that the weights are in there. You can see right now, you see how that's a little wobbly. That's no good. Perhaps they had this large pin over here to try and compensate for that. You can see that this is... So it's just, we just got to go with it and see what we come up with. But being loose like that is not a good idea. All right, so I'll continue putting it back together. Okay, so we have the advanced mechanism put in, and so I'm going to install this into the distributor body, and then we'll run it up, and then we're going to see what we got as our baseline. Okay, we're back. Let's see what we can get as far as the distributor advance on it. I have it at 500. That is the distributor speed, which is running off the cam. So we got to multiply it by 2 to get it to 1,000 engine RPM. Okay, so let's just say the engine is operating right there, and we're showing 0 advance. Okay, so let's go up. And let's say we're at 1500, where it should still be about the same, but we're showing 3 degrees. That's distributor degrees. So now we're going to be at 1000 distributor. That would be 2000 engine. And we're showing 4 degrees. And let's just go ahead and we're going to take it up to 1500, and that's 3000 engine, and we're at 5 degrees. And then let's just take it up to 4000, where it should be maxed out. And we're not showing much more than that. Let's just take a little bit above that. No, that's it. Okay, so we see that we have 5 degrees, and that's off the distributor. That would be 10 degrees engine advance. Now let's just see what happens if we go, now we're at 0, and again, we're right there, we're right at 500 distributor, 1000 engine. Now, let's say that I go ahead and I drop it down. Now that's 500 engine, and we've dropped a degree. And if we go down, look at that. If I go down to, that would be 200 engine RPM, which is nothing. Now we have our 5 degrees below that 0 mark. So yes, we have 10 degrees spread, but it's just not correct. So we're gonna have to then take it apart. I'll put in the new parts, and then we will then make sure that that 10 degree spread is in the right position. Okay, so let's just go here again. I'll set it up to 200, and let's talk engine RPM. 200 engine RPM, and we see that it's at that 5 degree below that 0 mark we set, because our actual idle is going to be somewhere around there. But now we've already advanced 5 degrees. So there's a 5 degrees that's already gone. And then when we take it all the way up, you can see we can't get much more than that. And that is occurring, that 5 degrees is at, I'd say it's probably about 1350. So about 2700 engine RPM max advances in. So I'm gonna then go ahead, I'm gonna graft all these, and then I'm gonna take it apart, put in these new parts that I have, and then I'm gonna go ahead, and then from that point, I'm going to then make sure that the timing is right. So there's a few parts in here that are definitely suspect. They're leaving.